a while ago and it's still online, so I'll just pretty much is getting kind of boring. So I'm gonna try it again, watch Grey's Anatomy, and see if I can get it.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brian and I am a self-taught fashion designer and small business owner. And today we are going to be working on sampling or finishing up my 6th sample of my second sewing pattern I plan to release called the Elsie top. So I'm currently on my 6th sample. I thought I would be done at the 4th, but here we are. So I started making, I cut out all the pieces, so all I did so far was sew the straps. Haven't even flipped them right sides out yet. And then I have all my pieces out of my muslin fabric. So I have like my facing. There were some changes I made to this pattern, before the 6th sample. So I was still having some fit issues. I accidentally added inches instead of removing inches after the 4th sample. So my 5th sample came out too big. Let me grab it for you. So I have my 5th sample right here. So this is what we're kind of working with. This is inside out. And there have been some like changes to the pattern. Like I made the facing shorter for the 6th sample, but as you can see, like, I know the lighting in here is kind of trash because I'm in my bedroom, not my sewing studio. But I had to keep sewing like quarter inch because the fit was way too big. And I did that on both sides. So I had to take in like 2 whole inches. I think because I accidentally added in too much. So I'll show you right here like the gaping issue I was having. I consulted some people on Instagram and they helped me out and gave me some suggestions on like how to get rid of that. And then the 4th sample looked good, like gaping wise, but then the 5th sample, and then I made adjustments to the pattern, but I think I added I added instead of removed, or I added too much. I can't really remember because these samples are all like blending together. So yeah, so I had to make changes to my paper pattern again. And now like I have like my pieces cut out. So like this is the facing. I consulted my fashion textbook. Can't remember what it's called. If I can find it, I'll put it up here somewhere. And then I have my top bodice pieces, and then the gathered portion pieces, and then the straps. So super simple, super straightforward. It's been really easy to sew. Obviously I'm not serging any edges yet because I'm just doing muslin like samples. But yeah, so let's get to putting this 6th sample together. Top stitching the straps to make them neater and like hold shape. So now I'm going to actually start assembling the top panel with the straps and the facing. Then I did shorten the facing to like 1.5 inches because I hated how long it was. I really hated how long it was. It was just like so annoying when you're actually like wearing the top. So I'm just about done with sewing up the 6th and hopefully final sample of the Elsie top. I just have to do the side seams, but everything else is done. I just finished the gathers, which is what you were watching a second ago. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on my mannequin and see how it looks so far. This is the 5th sample. And you might, I don't know if you can like see from that far away, but it just had a lot of gaping here. The mannequin is not a lot, but a little bit smaller than me. So the gaping is not as bad on me as it is on the mannequin, but there was still like a decent amount of gaping. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on and see how it looks. I also put in this fake muslin tag because for my made to order garments, I have little tags that I will show you guys that say my brand name on them. But I wanted to see like for the construction, like which way the tag has to face when you're actually sewing it on. So that's what that is. But this is the back. And as you can see, I also made the facing like a lot shorter. I originally thought I needed to go longer, but I think shorter was the way to go. But let's see. Oh, it looks so good. Okay. Obviously the side seams are not sewn together yet. But I think this is gonna look really good and is hopefully finally the last sample that I need to make. But we will see. So this is what we have so far. Just need to, like I said, sew the side seams, but I am having like, I won't know for sure until I sew the side seams, but the gaping like is already like non-existent. And the facing looks a lot better too. It's not as long. I originally was almost gonna like make it like even longer, or even wider, and I ended up going shorter because I consulted my textbook. So I do think the shorter looks better, but let's get to sewing the side seams. Okay, so here is the Elsie top before hemming. Notes. So looking at a mirror right here. So the strap length is great. Strap placement I think is also great. Top panel too tight. I think if I add 1/2 inch, so 1/4 inch on each side, I will be fine. And that will fix it. So I don't think I need to do a whole other sample. But I do think that like it was a little tough to get on, and like as you can see, it's like kind of pulling a little bit on the side seams. So I do think if I just add back that seam allowance, that will fix that problem. And then I do like the bottom. Like I think the bottom looks great. I might make it like longer lengthwise to see if maybe the gathers can be a little bit, I don't know, because I like the subtle gathers. It's what I wanted. I didn't want anything like too crazy, and I also want it to be something where it doesn't take a lot of fabric. I think the facing is good. The facing wasn't like a pain to like get on, but I think it looks so cute. I'm gonna go ahead and hem it and see if I need to add anything lengthwise and see if I like fit. I do think it'll fall like right here, which I think will be cute because I don't want it to really touch the hip. I don't think, but I don't know. We'll see. Cause I've been set back.